running a marathon bad for you? Is it bad for your body and should you stay away from it? Only less than 1% of the human population has ever ran a marathon. And so that means a lot of people stay away from this 26.2 mile distance race. Um, is it bad for you? I'm just gonna keep it at marathon, not the plural marathons. That's a whole different story in itself. But no, personally, I don't believe it's bad for you, but I do have one scenario where it can become bad for you and a bad idea. And also, I do not recommend for minors to run marathons at all. I'm Coach Kimani, and I coach cross country, track and field, junior high, and high school runners. And I'm saying that because I do not recommend my students to run marathons. When I ran in junior high and high school, my coaches did not allow us to run marathons. Now, when we became a little bit older, over 22, 23, 24, then we could venture into marathon training and marathon running. Plus, if you are a high school runner, it could really mess up your career. Something bad can happen, and you can be out for a whole season or a couple seasons. So we don't want that. We want, if something happens, we want to spend good quality time recovering. So is it bad for you to run this marathon race? I personally don't think it is it's bad for you. I think it's actually good for you in so many areas where there's so many benefits, because just running a marathon in itself, you're not going to wake up in the morning and say, hey, you know what, today I'm going to go run a marathon. I'm going to uh, sign up and join and go run at this marathon race that's happening in my community. It's not going to happen like that. It's not just like getting up in the morning and deciding that you're going to go out for a 5 mile run or so. It's a whole different animal. So you have to take your time and train and train and train well before you run that marathon. And that training, man, there's so much things you're going to learn about yourself, about things. There's so many people you're going to meet. There's so much wealth of information you're going to collect. So good for your health, for your nutrition, because when you're training, your nutrition has to be on point. Your hydration has to be on point. Your discipline has to be on point. Everything has to be on point for those 24 weeks that you're training for this marathon. So there's so many benefits that are going to happen. Man, you're going to see a change in your physical body. You're going to gain muscle because you have to do strength work. You just can't just run. So if you have a training plan, it's going to have specific strength training for your core, your lower muscles, your legs, your upper body, and all those things. And then you probably will stay away from drinking a lot of alcohol or eating a lot of junk food. So you're going to see a change in your physical body. And then the marathon in itself, and what a huge accomplishment, right? What a huge accomplishment. This year, I ran a marathon, and even though I got injured, people are like, dude, you got injured. Maybe you shouldn't run a marathon. It was such a huge accomplishment. Also in the way of, getting into the 1,000 mile club again, and getting this mug, which I carry around and show off every time. And I still got more miles to run this year. But those little things that come with running the marathon, and the little accomplishments that come along the way. And then you become an encouragement to your closest people, your family, your friends, your neighbors, because your neighbors see you get up every morning and running. And so you become an encouragement to others. So there's so many more benefits than something wrong happening. Now, where can it be bad for you when it comes to this marathon running? Number one thing that I can think about is poor training or no training. I've heard of people that just got up and went and just did a marathon without training. Okay. Not a good idea. It didn't end very well for them. Or people didn't take their training seriously. So they got hurt, they got injured, and those injuries linger on for the rest of their lives. So there are things that you need to do in order to make sure that everything goes well in your marathon. But the only thing I can think about is all these benefits that come with training for this marathon. So the only thing I can think about that's bad for you is maybe if you don't train well, if you don't educate yourself well. And I'll be making more videos in the future about what shoes to wear while you're training, what shoes to wear when you're doing your speed work, your tempo work, what type of shoes you need to wear for that race day, what kind of races you need to enter before you do this huge marathon feat, right? So there's so many things that you have to do right. You have to go on YouTube and watch guys like me that talk about these things. So you educate yourself. If you just do it without educating yourself and say, hey, I'm just going to go out and just do this 26.2 miles, that's going to be bad. And some people also argue with it's not good for the heart, it's not good for your cardiovascular system, it's not good for all those things. Your knees, you hear this a lot. We'll address all those things in the future. Is running really bad for your knees, your joints, right? All those things you hear. We're going to address all those things in the future. Um, but the most important thing to know is that you have to train well, because in that training program that you have, that's going to get your heart ready. That's going to get your cardiovascular ready for race day. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. All right, God bless you. Bye.